man.
Hello guys, welcome back to Naturally Nurtured. Today we're gonna make epis. Epis is a Haitian base of pretty much a lot of meal, unless it's some kind of porridge or anything like that. So right now,
We don't put epis in porridge.
unless I said, unless it's porridge and things like that, or tea. So right here we have parsley. I have 2 packets of parsley. I have 2 packets of green onions. I have 3 stalks of celery. I have half of a red bell pepper, half of a green bell pepper, and then I'm gonna do half of a yellow bell pepper, 1 purple onion, and then 3 head of a clove. We also gonna garlic. We also gonna add cloves. I'm gonna tell you before we blend, we're gonna add clove and thyme. I have those dry, and all the other ingredients we'll add them as we blend. So my sister's here. She's gonna do the chopping. She's gonna speak English, Creole, whatever she's comfortable with, and just enjoy the process as she teach you how to clean it up. And then I'll take over the next process, or my other sister's gonna take over. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe with the post notification bell on. Have fun.
All right, everyone. I'm doing a voiceover for this part of the video because I realize having both of my sisters in the house trying to record a video is nearly impossible. So what you're looking at right now is 2 packs of parsley. I ended up just cutting a lot of it because my nieces was in the shot. She was crying in the background, and yeah. So you wash it a few times and you chop it. You don't have to do it too fine because you will have to blend it eventually. So you wash it. Just put some warm water, cold water, whatever is desired of you, and just move it around a few times until it's clean and the water is clear. Then once you're done, you take your knife and you chop it this way. Normally when I make it at home, to be honest with you, I just cut it in half, or maybe three parts, and I just put it in my blender. I don't be doing all that. But my sister was helping, and I did not want to be telling her how to do her job. So right after you're done with the parsleys, rinse up your bell pepper. So we have half of a green, half of a red, and half of a yellow. Or is it orange? Leave down the comment below. Is it orange or yellow? I feel like it is yellow, but at the same time too, it looks very orangey. So you take your other bell pepper. So whatever bell pepper you have, you can utilize those colors. You don't have to have all 3. You can have 1, 2, or all 3. So you need that, and you're gonna chop it however you want. Again, normally when I make it, I just cut it in half or maybe thirds, put it in my Vitamix and blend it. But my sister wanted to be fancy, and I think she was putting up a show a little bit for the people. So continue to enjoy. Also, if you see my sister knife handling is not all that, my sister is visually impaired. I'm very proud of her for not feeling shy away from this opportunity, and still took courage in doing this video for me. I know she looked very professional in her handling, but trust me, she's trying her best. And by God's grace, she's living well. So you just cut it. Maybe you want to replicate what she's doing, or maybe you want to be like me, cut it in 4 to 3 parts, whatever it is, and just put it in your pot. Right after you're done with this, let me see what else she's gonna be doing next, because I don't remember the process. I believe I'm going to hand her a red onion. Let's look at it. Okay, here comes a red onion. I don't think I need to tell you guys how to clean your red onions. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. The parts that you don't normally eat, you just remove it, give it a rinse, and then cut it to your desired, preferred, whatever it is. And I think it's all gonna be also dictated based on your blender. So if your blender can handle breaking more things down, then you may not need to chop as much. But if you don't have the best blender out there, then you might have to follow what my sister Junie is doing. So she's rinsing up her knife and she's going to be cutting. Cut. Guys, so I'm trying not to be too funny. Right in this part, my other sister Jenny was telling me of a story of a lady who was on a raw diet and how her and her husband looked totally different. I don't know if it's a true story. I really don't, but it sounds like it is very much so. So a lady, supposedly she got married, and when she found out truth about eating habits, she asked her husband if he wanted to take on the journey of eating raw with her, and her husband did not really want to do that. So needless to say, the woman was in her 60s, looking like she's in her mid and high 20s, while her husband was using a cane to walk around, and he had all white hair, gray hair, whatever. So we talked about that a little bit, because I was telling my sister how my son would most likely eat that. He loved eating raw onions, he loved eating raw peppers and tomatoes and things like that. I don't know if he would have eat parsley, but oh, here you go. This is Jenny's hand right there. She had 2 head of garlic and she was just peeling it to be part of the epis. So I just wanted to show you guys real quick what she was doing. Everyone had their own job. Junie did the main thing, Jenny did the side, and I did the hardest part of all. I did the blending, guys. Let's give a round of applause for me for doing the blending. Anyway, let's see what else they got going on. So initially we thought we would have been adding celery into this because Junie husbands supposedly do his with celery or something. So I just handed it to her and she's like, no, that's not really normal Haitian epis. So we did not add the epis. So here she's going to teach you guys how to clean your green onions real quick. I believe she showed you guys how to do it 2 times very slow, and then the 3rd time regular pace, and then after that we're gonna fast forward because it's a lot of green onions. So what you want to do is you want to cut the stem open so you can remove any kind of dirt you may have in between those parts, and then after you rinse it thoroughly, you're going to cut the head of the green onion and then just chop it and put it in the pot amongst all the other yummy looking things that we have already in the pot. Guys, the weirdest reason why I'm doing this voiceover is because for the majority of the video, my son and my niece was in the background making weird noises, and my niece was crying because she wanted to spend time with her mom, who was helping me clearly in this video. But at the same time too, there were a lot of conversation, throwbacks and just bonding time that happened between me and my sisters, and I didn't really deem it necessary to have it up in the air. That's number 2. Number 3 is my sister Junie. Doing the whole video, she was pretty much talking in Creole as if my fan base or my supporters only speak Creole, so that was a little useless in itself. But anyway, as you can see here, she cut the head, opened the legs, and set them aside so she can do a wash. I ended up cutting the part where you're doing the wash, but it's okay.
Recording.
Okay, so I already washed those, so I already washed the garlic, so I put them in here, and I already cleaned those. You cut the head, you remove the part that are dead, you cut the edge, you open it, cut it to clean the inside. That's usually a field of dust, and wash it again, and I'm gonna cut it. And then pretty much done. After I'm done chopping the green onions, we're gonna add the cloves, salt, the Maggi, and I don't use a cardboard because I am legally blind. It's better for me to do hands-on. So, and pretty much it. It's gonna be blended, so pretty much done with the chopping. So pretty much done with the chopping. Jasmine? Pretty much done with the chopping. Now you need salt, cloves, Maggi.
I'll do the next part.
Some
Unless
oil.
you wanna do it.
Some oil.
Right here I have bell pepper, 3 different colors, green onion, parsley, onions, garlic, already washed clean. I'm gonna add those to the blender. Alright, already pour everything in here. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of oil into it. A little bit. Like this much. We're going to add thyme. I only have the powder version, but a lot of people, they do it with the fresh. But like I say, I live in the country, so I have to be practical and work with what I have. So since I started with 3 packs of parsley and 3 packs of green onions, I add a good amount of thyme. I wish I could. Alright, I have the cloves here. It took me a little while to find it, but normally I had roughly a little handful. It's about 10 of them, 15 of them. We're also going to add a little bit of salt. I use the pink Himalayan salt. For personal reason, I believe that's the salt with the most amount of nutrients. So we don't want to do too much. Let's add 3 teaspoons, and we're also gonna add 3 teaspoons of the Maggi seasoning. It's not Maggi brain, but I can add the brand down below. All right, and we'll also add a little bit of water, like just a little dash to give it a nice blend, not too much. So I'm looking down here and I notice my water is roughly right here. I'm going to try to blend it with what I have. If I need to add more, I'll add more. So we have the blender here. We're still in the frame, and we're gonna start very slow. Push down. I think I added a little bit too much water still, but to be honest with you, a lot of time we fry it anyway. I do like my epis on the thinner side, so I think this will work for me personally, but it may not work for someone else. So don't add as much water as I normally do. Let me show my sister the consistency.
Ou elle s'en est piqué là?
Il s'en est piqué, il a piqué vraiment.
Il y a des piments ou pas?
Je vais mettre.
Il va mettre.
Je vais le besoin ma pisse Maggi là.
Bon, tout cas, tu peux ajouter plus Maggi, alors faire manger.
Je vais mettre un petit peu de petit.
Tu mets celle-là?
Je vais mettre celle-là.
Ou celle qui a aidé?
Je vais mettre Maggi déjà. Je vais les mettre trop. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. I'll show you a close view of the epis. Normally my epis have a little bit more color, but depends on what you have. I had more green this time, so obviously it's more green. Normally if you add more other colors, it will be that, like the bell peppers. So this is what the epis look like. This is the consistency, and you normally take a tablespoon or two based on what you're cooking and add it at the base. Fry it up with some tomato, depends on what you're cooking, and it will give all the flavors, all those herbs gonna leash out into it, and it is delicious. I was going to add some Scotch bonnet, but I ended up changing my mind because we had so many garlic that the garlic is releasing a nice peppery flavor, so I don't want to continue to add more. I do have a kid.
Guys, this is such a weird way to end the video, but it's gonna have to be this. I want to thank you for continuing to support us at Naturally Nurtured, and please hit the like button, share, subscribe with the post notification bell on, and leave a comment down below. Like I said, normally my video is more straightforward, but I was trying to get my family involved, and then I was in the rush trying to end the video while my son was sleeping, and I did not realize I had all kind of craziness on my face, and my face looked ashy because I do have some pitch fuzz that's kind of blonde in my face, on my face. So yeah, I did not really like the way I look on video, so this is why I just cut it out and I'm ending this way. Please do come back and continue to stay natural. Have a blessed night. Bye.